Well, hello all Apex Simracing fans around the world. We are here live on Hermanos Rodriguez circuit for what's going to look like an incredible free practice 2 section here in Mexico City. As we last saw in the free practice 1, it was the domination of TXH as he went the fastest with 115.2. Will he retain this pace here in free practice 2? We have to find out as we look down the commentary booth. It's going to be me, A350 fan, who's going to go all the analysis, all the data, and all of the excitement here on tonight. And now, as we are watching the pit lane, as we can already see a V-Cup driver out on track. He's already out on track and on softs, and looks like all the drivers now are on the soft compound of tires. Talking about tires, let's look at tire selection for tonight, for this weekend. As you can see, the selected compounds is more of a C6, C5 and C4, meaning the FI went for a softer tires all overall because of the geography of the circuit. It's of course not on the low terrain. It's pretty high compared to the rest of the tracks on the calendar. And let's look now at the average pit stop time loss. As you can see here, it's 22 seconds. So it's going to be a very important strategy from the teams, because if you pit at the wrong time, you lose heavily in terms of overall time loss. Well, as I said already, it's me in the commentary booth, but just joined now is DFI. You can greet yourself.
Hi everyone, hello, good afternoon.
And we are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I didn't have the audio. Either way, now we are just soon about to start the incredible free practice 2 session, the first and last free practice session. And yeah, DFI, who do you think is gonna top this one?
Well, I think honestly TXH has a good chance of scoring a good time here. Also, having a personal talk with Akibal's, him saying it's one of his favourite tracks, I also think he has a good chance today.
As we can see already, the drivers out on track. The clock starts now, and it's time to begin free practice 2 here in Mexico. Of course, as we had a free practice 1 session yesterday, like I said at the beginning, it was DXH who topped with a very solid lap. Will he repeat it as his personal best right now in Mexico? So 1:15.298, which DFI isn't the slowest lap.
Yeah, that's certainly not the slowest lap. I think personally, some people, maybe him, I think he could do better, like somewhere in the low 15.1s, maybe.
And talking about the drivers being fast, let's talk about the standings heading into the Mexico Grand Prix. For the driver standings, it's DXH who takes the championship lead after winning dominantly in Germany for Williams. Rufus in second and Voet in third. Let's look now at the drivers' team standings heading into Mexico City. It's same as in drivers. Williams on top, and there's a close Alpine behind them, and Red Bull in third. Well, Will Evans Racing retain the number 1 spot after the Mexico Grand Prix? We'll have to find out. So, as of right now, we've got 3 drivers out on track, which is Mr. Boomstink, Milo, and Flame, both respectfully in their team, Kick Sauber and Peugeot, with 47.5 minutes to go. DFI, of course, this is a free practice session, but this means that this is the second opportunity for the teams and drivers to, well, experiment with their tires and possibly for the strategy. What do you think is going to be the optimal strategy heading into the race?
Well, personally, I think the best choice would be to go from a hard to either a medium or soft. Like, go for a longer stint on the hard for the first stint, then switch to the soft for the quicker end of the race.
Well, we've got another driver out on track, and it's Axe from Mercedes. Mercedes didn't have a promising start after round 1, with both the drivers being out of the race, with actually not both, one driver being out of the race and the second one just scoring the points for his team. Will they improve in Mexico? Well, only time will tell us. Just in one day time, we will have qualifying and a race for round 2 for the Apex Sim Racing. Now let's see on the timing tables. As of current, it's Mr. Boomstick, who's about to end his lap with a 34.7 the first sector and 29 dead in second sector. He's at 1 minute 26 dead, which isn't that fast of a lap, considering that TXH set a 1 minute 15, so there's a 100% improvement there from the V-Cup driver as he hits the wall and crashes out of the turn 3. Luckily, no damage whatsoever done to the V-Cup driver. 4 drivers still out on track.
He's apparently struggling on turn 1. Mr. Boomsteak is apparently struggling at turn 1, so maybe that's something to look out for.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's look at Axe as he sets a 26.8 in first sector, wildly faster than Mr. Boomstick. 29.2 second sector, 2/10 down to Mr. Boomstick in that sector, but still, considering the lap in the time in the first sector, that's still on the minus delta as he comes through the final corner. Will he go for P1 early on? Let's see. He does, by a big margin, 1 minute 18.547, and that is the current time to beat. With now 6 drivers being out on track, let's look at the new drivers. We've got Rufist, who's currently a runner-up in the championship. He's also looking to still have a strong result in the second round of the season. Well, DFI, I'm gonna ask you this: what do you think is right now in the Williams' heads? They are currently in the lead in the constructors, and heading into the race, they've got lots of enemies. So, what do you think is the strategy now? What do you think they'll pull out here in Mexico?
Well, I think they're going to try and score as many points as possible, right? So I think they'd tell their drivers, like, hey, if it's possible, try to do a 1-2 finish. Like, score as many points as possible, maximize the gap to second place, and just increase their chances for the Constructors' Championship.
You're talking about the 1-2 for Williams. It's highly possible, as TXH's teammate, Dark Angel, in his home race finished 4th, just a little bit behind Voet, who was in the last place on the podium. So, like you said, the 1-2 finish is there, but gotta keep in mind that Dark Angel is still not, in terms of pace, he's not as fast as his teammates. So it's gonna be a tough job for him to finish in second. As we head into the 8 minutes into the free practice session, Akibul's already up to P2 from it 25.2, this being the outlap, of course. Of course, the Alpine team principal looking for a strong result, looking for a comeback at some point in round 2, as in Germany. Alpine was started second and third after qualifying, not finished third and 11th. No, sorry, third and 5th. So Akibul made a couple of positions up after having a terrible start, but still Alpine still lacking a little bit of pace if they want to be in a contention for the strata standings. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the case. Yeah, Alpine lacking a bit of pace. Maybe the result in Germany could have been better. Also partially because of the controversy with the starting lights, which happened in Germany.
For the people who just joined, let's look back again onto the driver standings to make sure that people will know. Again, the Drivers' Championship is the Bahrain driver TXH, who is currently in the #1 spot. Then we've got Rufus in second after making a lot of positions up after starting 5th in Germany, finishing second for Black Bison. In third, we've got the Montaigne driver Voet, who started second in the race. Was actually at some point challenging TXH for the race lead, but at the end finished in third, and and also he's third in the standings. And for the team standings, it's Evans Racing after both TXH and Archangel finished in the top 5 of the drivers. After that, we've got the AWT Montaigne with a strong 3rd and 5th finish of Voet and Akibus, and then we've got Sear Black Bison in the final podium spot as of the point scoring of Rufus, giving them a little bit of help in terms of constructor standings. In terms of tires though, like we said in the beginning, it's more of a softer pick, as of course due to the geographical type position of the circuit and overall of the place where we are racing. It's not as low as in every other track in the calendar. We are pretty high, meaning the tires will have to be a little bit softer, and the DRS is a little bit less effective actually due to the lack of wind and this high amount of feet in the air. Now, DFI, like I just said, DRS in this amount of height is not very useful. So what do you think the drivers will have to do to make overtakes here?
Well, personally, I think they're going to have to be smart. They're going to have to do the corners well, take the corners well. You know, not too fast, not too slow. Pick your entry points right, and other things. But also going to have to make use of their battery, which, as we know, boosts their speed and their acceleration.
Now, like you said, the corners is going to be very important here. Drivers will have to take it seriously. Same goes to the second to last corner. As you can see, Akibus about to finish his lap. second to last corner overall is a very dangerous, very dangerous, very dangerous turn. As if you turn too early, you're gonna hit the end of the wall and possibly spinning out, or even sometimes losing the tire. As currently Flame is the driver in the lead with a 1:15.190, just almost compared to TXH, the same lap. And talking about TXH, he's still not out on track. I don't think he's even in the server. So the current rundown of the drivers are Flame, Akiballs, Axe, Boomstick, Milo, Rufus, and just Maxi. Let's look at Rufus for a second, as he says a 26.0 in the first sector. Let's see how he will go in the second sector. So 29.6, but it's red, meaning he had invalidated his lap. But he doesn't have to worry, as this is just free practice session. He still has lots of opportunities. As you can see, we've got still half an hour to go until the end of free practice 2 session. And if you're already enjoying this stream, you can, if you want, you can like and subscribe to follow the next streams, which are gonna happen very soon. Of course, being the race and qualifying tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Central European Time. Mark your oh my god, I can't even say calendars if you want to watch and feel the excitement. It's gonna be around race. Now DFI, because it's free practice session and possibly well, we have almost nothing to talk about here. Of course, the drivers are setting their laps. What do you think overall of the performance of Red Bull? Like I said, Rufus finished second in a race, and his teammate Tourist finished 7th. What do you think of their performance right now?
Yeah, I think Rufus is very good. As you said before, he finished second in Hockenheim in the previous round. I think he has what it takes to get a win this season. As for Tourist, I think personally, like as all teammates, they're not like on the same level of performance. So there has to be some. Maybe he has to improve. He has to improve if he wants to challenge for the podium or the race win eventually.
Now, Red Bull is gonna, of course, try to improve in their pace overall heading into Mexico, in the Mexico City Regional Hermana circuit. But also there's other team, and I will have to make a statement. I have to correct myself that I said the wrong information about Mercedes. I said that one of the drivers DNF'd and second driver almost finished in points. I have to say that's false. Both the drivers finished the race, and both of them were finishing points. So, yes, that was my bad. I didn't see the standings. Yeah, so of course we don't have the graphics of calendars, as there is no need. But heading into Simracing calendar, we've got Japan up next in 1 week time, and then Netherlands, United Kingdom, Silverstone, Las Vegas, and the final race of the season is gonna take place in the sun in Florida, the Miami Grand Prix on 2nd to 4th of May.
Yeah, as you can see here, there's currently 7 drivers out on track. Still, Flame has the fastest lap currently, being a 1:15.1. Then there's Akiballs, who's about 3/10 off, with a 1:15.4, 4.96. Then Mr. Boomsteak improved his time from a 1:26 to a 1:16.3. Then Axe 13 is about 2.5 seconds off. Or sorry, 2.3 seconds off. And also, a very interesting piece of information. One of the other Alpine driver racing in Mexico this weekend, your ace, has a 10-place grid penalty. So we're going to see what he can do with that grid penalty.
Oh, you're absolutely 100% dead on right on the statements. Alpine, we're already looking for a little bit of weakened into heading into Mexico, as like you just said, one of the drivers who's gonna race for them, your ace, but 10 place grid penalty, meaning he's gonna start some lower, 10 places lower than he qualified. Let's look on board with Rufus, the Red Bull driver, starting his lap, and let's just look around how on board lap here in Rodrigo Hermanos circus, as you can see, brake early into turn 1, and he misses out and crashes into the barrier. You gotta know when to brake into turn 1. If you brake too late, you're just gonna miss out on the turn. So as of right now, we've got 7 drivers out on track with almost half an hour to go. Let's look at Akibus for now. Let's go on board with the British driver. Finished 5th in Hockenheim. Looking for another strong race, hopefully for a podium, as he showed in Germany, that he has a pace for a top 3 finish, as he goes very wide into the 2nd sector, and that's gonna mean invalidation of the lap. Setting 26 already and in the meantime already validating 1st sector, so that wouldn't change as much as it did now. Let's look at Boomstick, who just overtook Akibus. He sets at 26.3 in 1st sector, 28.1 2nd sector, but that was an invalidation, so there won't be any improvement from his side. We only got 4 people with any lap time whatsoever. The rest are drivers without. One of them is Rufus, who's out on track. 25.958 in the 1st sector, but again invalidates. As you can see, the FI announcement, the new rule has been added to the season, where the top 6, actually the top 5 in Q2, will have to use medium compound set of tires. In the last qualifying session, meaning this is the best opportunity for all of them, for all the drivers to practice on mediums. You can see Rufus going into the pits, possibly changing for mediums, as he just saw the announcement. Let's see. No, he goes for the new sets of soft tires. Again, as you can see on your screen, the tires are more angled to softer rather than harder. The softer options of all softs, mediums, tires, and the time loss, of course, is 22 seconds. Sorry, I had to do something. I'm back. As you can see, already we've got a wheel-to-wheel action here, as Rufus and That's I believe that's Milo. No, sorry, that's not Milo. That's Flay. No, that's Mr. Boomstick. Yeah, there you go. Mr. Boomstick and Rufus battling out in the free practice. Oh, it's Mr. Boomstick. Oh, he crashes out. Anyway, DFI. What do you think? What do you think of the free practice session so far?
Oh, I think the free practice sessions so far have been pretty interesting. I think there's potential for someone else to swoop in and take the top spot of the times. So I'm having a bit of trouble staying connected to the server as I've tried to rejoin. It seems as though the link isn't working for some reason.
Well, for that, I don't know what to do. I think you just have to contact the current race steward to invite to send you a link to the server so you could join and watch the drivers drive here in Mexico. I repeat the same things. Forgive me, because I have nothing else to say. Because there's nothing to say. We can only talk about the drivers doing the laps. It's free practice 1 session, free practice 2, sorry. And keep in mind that this is the test stream. This is the first stream of Apex Simracing's YouTube channel ever. So if there is something weird going on, if there's like glitches or anything, bear with us as we will watch the replays and try to fix those issues that would occur. Anyway, 26 minutes into 26 minutes until the end of the free practice 2 session, and looks like Rufus. Oh, actually no, never mind. I thought Rufus just disconnected. Anyway, we have a new driver out on track, number 8, and that's a. Let me see. That is Fax. Fax in an agile. Anyway, DFI, continue for a second.
Yeah, it's some people are having trouble staying connected for some reason. People are disconnecting. It's going to be as has been mentioned before, there isn't all that much to talk about. So, anyway, I'm going to try rejoining the server so I can actually provide live commentary on people's laps and such. So just, yes, so sorry for that. So, probably go, if you have any problems, you should contact Giga Alex, who is the race steward, or one of the race stewards. So if you have problems with connecting, you should talk to him about that.
Thank you for the coverage. I had to change something, but yeah, Fax as of right now is out. Is not out of track. It's currently in the pits, possibly for going for a new set of soft tires. About Fax, he did not, as far as I remember, he did not attend the yeah, he did not attend the first round. So did Agile. Or actually, I don't know if Agile is even a team. So, Yeah, possibly he's just doing some laps just for fun. As here he is out on track. Let's go again and watch the driver standings. As of right now, it's TXH being on top with 20. Let me check. Let me see. With 30 points on his account, of course, because of quality points being added to the total sum of points in the first season. Then we got Rufus in second, who has 19 points, and then we got Voet in third with the same amount of points as Rufus. Let's look now at the constructor standings, and it's Evans Racing Apex team being number 1, 42 points, and then we got AWT Montaigne in second with 32 points, just 10 points behind the current leaders, and in third we got Sear Black Bison, who has 27 points. Total being just 5 points behind Montaigne. So it's, as of right now, it's pretty close between the three teams, as the gaps between first and third are 15 points. So it might all change soon. As for now, let's just now look at the timings. Let's look at the times. As Acubulls sets the fastest sector 1, 25.8. We are right now on board with him. Out of the S section he comes. Will he beat Flame? Let's see, second sector 28 dead. Oh, that's not pretty good, as he flips upside down, and that is over for him. That's over for Acubulls for any hopes of being first driver in the race. I mean, in the free practice session. Yeah. Let's see at others. There is Mr. Boomstick, Axe, that are currently out on track. We've got yet another driver out, which is Ryan in a Ferrari. Honestly, right now watching him. He is now on his hot lap, going a little bit wide into turn 2 and 3. And now I think he just invalidated. I think he did. Yeah, he invalidated. So that's not good from him. Who's also not on track? Oh yeah, let's look at facts now. As he goes also a little bit wide out of the first sector. So 25.8 from German driver. I think he's German. Let's find out if he goes also fastest in second sector. No, he invalidates 27.6. That's actually a good lap. I believe he's gonna just continue on until he's just gonna continue on. Yeah. As I hear complaints of the drivers asking the current FIA to restart the free practice session. if you hear my PC in the background, you can just ignore it, as my microphone is a little bit too sensitive, so it can capture every sound in a radius of a kilometer, or 0.5 miles, whatever your metric system is. So just ignore that. Yeah. Looks like those complaints are a big problem here. As of right now, as I'm looking for the drivers, we've got one, two, three, four. Yeah, that's not a lot of drivers. Yeah. I had also nothing else to say. Oh yeah, lots.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, lots of drivers are missing right now. Looks like it's all big of a server issue. DFA, my commentating partner, what are you doing?
I just decided to go for a few laps, you know. It's not a problem, is it?
I mean, I don't know. If if I will hear complaints from, oh sorry, the screen went black for a second. If I hear complaints, I just I don't know. Let's just focus. Let's just focus on Practise session, as with 15 minutes to go. It's still Flame, who's currently the fastest, from the 15.121, with Rufus actually being a close second, one with 15.131, 2 milliseconds slower than Flame. Let's look at Mr. Boomstick, as he's also out on the fast lap. He sets the personal best sector 1. Not so good second sector. Let's see how he'll perform in the last sector, as here he comes. Mr. Boomstick to the line. Improves his lap to 116 dead, 3 tenths up. 3 tenths of improvement. But still 6 tenths behind the current third place Akibulls, who is also out on lap. Let's setting a personal best second sector, 27.8. As he hits, oh, I think he went wide. Let's see. Here he comes. So the final corner, Akibulls. Will he improve? Oh, he would have. He would have improved by 1/10. As we got an announcement that the server is going to be restarted. So now the drivers will have to finish their laps and wait for the server to be back on. Yeah. Okay. With 13 minutes to go. Yeah, how many drivers are you gonna only 2 drivers are currently out on track right now. Fax and Rufus. Oh, free practice is gonna end earlier. That is very shocking of a thing. Oh, and it's private. Wait, does that mean that the free practice is over? Wait, does that? Wait, does? Wait, I don't know.
I guess that means once the timer reaches 10 minutes, I guess that means free practice is over?
Possibly. I mean, we just heard the news that the drivers will continue free practice privately, meaning on their private servers? I mean, that's what I think.
Guess that's what that means?
Well, I'm right now contacting the current Alex. Let's see. So yeah. So as I'm looking right now, in official PA Simracing server announcements, a free practice indeed ends 10 minutes earlier than expected. So I think this means that the free practice is gonna be over. Like, okay, so so apparently the free practice is not going to be over now. That's what Giga Alex tells me. Yeah.
Flips coming into just before the final corner. He almost flips his car, but luckily he didn't. Going off the server announcement that's just been posted in the free practice session in the Roblox server, the free practice session will be red flagged when the timer reaches 10 minutes. So drivers have about 30 seconds to finish their laps, and then the server will be restarted, and then they can rejoin once.
Okay, so what I just oh, by the way, Fax goes fastest with the closing moments of the qualifying the free practice 2 session, but I just learned that when the timer hits 10 minutes and it's gonna be red flags out and free practice is over. Well, the free practice 2 sessions over. They're gonna restart, but it's going to be with unlimited time, so and without commentary. So, ladies and gentlemen, after almost 51 minutes, we thank you for joining us on the stream. Again, it was me, AB50Fan, and DFI in the commentary booth, and see you tomorrow for qualifying and race the Mexico Grand Prix. Goodbye.